Alright, this is going to start immediately, so please be ready. I played this back when Nintendo Switch, and this game launched with Nintendo Switch. I played it back then. This is my first time playing through the beginning since then.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes.
Open your eyes. Wake up, Link.
Yeah, so it looks like Link was in a stasis chamber. Yeah, so this is not just magic. This looks like technology. Like advanced technology, which is very fascinating going into this game. Like he's covered in like some kind of breathable liquid. He's waking up from what appears to be stasis in this chamber with constellations on the walls. Hearing the voice of someone saying, "Open your eyes, wake up." We have a little pedestal here we have the option to examine. Now let's take a look at, we just have Link with no equipment and no clothes, just has his boxers on. So let's see.
That is a Sheikah slate. Take it. It will help guide you after your long slumber.
It will help guide you after your long slumber. Yes. A mysterious tablet with a glowing center. You've never seen this device before, and yet there's something familiar about it. So yeah, so this is literally a tablet computer. So we now have like stasis chambers and like tablet computers in Zelda. And so this is a very mysterious scenario right here. And we have some chests. Let's see what we've got here. You got an old shirt. We go from 0 to 1 protection. And let's see what's in here. Well-worn trousers, also 0 to 1. These old trousers are threadbare in spots, but they're surprisingly comfortable. The legs are a bit too short, though. So let's go ahead and equip these. So these are the pants, which do include shoes. We've got our shirt there, so we're ready to we're decent now. And you see the tablet, the Sheikah slate on Link's hip there, so we're ready to see what else. Oh, and you have a, you know. There's nothing in there. But, okay, so you have a... Looks like some kind of chamber door and a glowing pedestal.
Hold the Sheikah slate up to the pedestal. That will show you the way.
Oh, and by the way, this is the first Nintendo-produced Zelda game to have voice acting in it. Yeah, it has NFC technology. Authenticating. Sheikah slate confirmed.
Link, you are the light. Our light. That must shine upon Hyrule once again. Now go.
And for the first time in a 3D Legend of Zelda game, Link actually has a jump button. And traditionally in 3D Zelda games, Link's jumping would be handled automatically. If Link approached a platform with or a gap, the computer would just have him jump automatically. You have the ability to climb, which expends the stamina wheel you see up there. Look at this. Look at this view. Look at this vast world we get to explore. This is my dream for what Zelda could be for years and since 2003. I dreamed of Zelda being like this someday, to have a vast, seemingly endless world where I could explore every inch of it. Oh, and the camera's drawing our attention towards this old man here, and it looks like there's an abandoned church or something like that in the background. So, so we have the ability to explore freely. This cliff would kill me if I tried to fall, and I don't have enough stamina to climb down there. But we have an... Yeah, the hills are alive with the legend of Zelda. And very, very thrilling. Eventually, we'll climb that volcano in the distance. Look at those twin mountains up there. The ruined abbey over there. There's a mountain right over here, over there. There's a forest right down there. You can see some dead trees. And then there's a vast field, and that looks like the castle of the kingdom in the distance there. So we're a lot, and there's another mountain out there. There's a lot we can explore. But it looks like we have... This item's twinkling, so that means we can interact with it. We found a tree branch. Wooden branches such as this are very common, but it's surprisingly well balanced. It doesn't do much damage, but can serve as a weapon in a pinch. So we can equip the tree branch here and swing it. And that's our first weapon we found. And you could pick up and... Oh, look at this. We have some wild mushrooms growing here. We could go foraging. Hylian shroom, a common mushroom found in the trees. Eat it to restore half a heart. So this is kind of a survival game where you're sort of dropped into this scenario with little context or really information on what's going on. Usually, traditionally, Zelda games would begin with a cutscene explaining the lore. Here, you just wake up in this stasis chamber with a tablet computer, and they give you a shirt and pants, and so you're like, wait, why is there technology in Zelda? But then outside, it doesn't look high-tech at all. It looks... You see some ruins down there, and a ruined abbey, and not much sign of civilization. Looks like there's some steps here that haven't been very well maintained. Now, we can also... Oh! We're hearing a voice.
Link,
Calling our name.
head for the point marked on the map in your Sheikah slate.
So we can look at the Sheik... So, the voice is telling us to look at our map. on the tablet. So, the area we're in right now is defined by this outline that I'm tracing over with the cursor. And that... So we could set that as a waypoint. And now on our map, you'll see that glowing beacon. That shows us the way to the objective that we pointed out. Now we're not... Now doing this right here is one of the few things we're required to do to complete the game. Right now we're confined within this area defined by the borders here. But if you look... Okay, so this is our starting area, this area here. But we'll zoom out a little bit. Look at all that we have to explore. And then we have even more. And that's only a fraction of what we have. But right now, we're in this little area here. And we'll see if we can learn more about our situation. Collect some more food. Collect some supplies to aid our survival. See if there's anything up this tree. As we climb, you see our stamina wheel growing. Link becomes more and more exhausted. As we become stronger, we'll find maybe some other means of increasing our stamina so we can climb higher. We got another tree branch. We have some, collect some more mushrooms. We have a boulder here we could push. Oh, look, there it goes. Look at it go. Oh yeah, it's got some momentum. Like the man there reacted, he was like, whoa, when the boulder came rolling past. Let's see what we've got here. Looks like there's some fruit up in this tree. We're gonna have a snake to get it down for us, but... Apple, common fruit found trees all around Hyrule. Eat it fresh or cook it to increase its effect. So... Look at this fellow. Oh ho, well met, stranger. It's rather unusual to see another soul in these parts. Who are you? Me? I'll spare you my life story. I'm just an old fool that has lived here alone for quite some time now. What brings a bright-eyed young man like you to a place like this? And we're gonna ask, where are we? Answering a question with a question? That is fair enough. As I cannot imagine our meeting to be a simple coincidence, I shall tell you. This is the Great Plateau. According to legend, this is the birthplace of the Kingdom of Hyrule. That temple there. Long ago it was the site of many sacred ceremonies. Ever since the decline of the kingdom 100 years ago, it has sat abandoned in a state of decay. So it looks like the kingdom of Hyrule has fallen into a state of decay about 100 years ago, and we just awakened from stasis. And the temple there has been abandoned for 100 years. Okay. Yet another forgotten entity, a mere ghost of its former self. I shall be here for some time. Please let me know if I may be of service. So if we take baked apple, direct heat has softened and sweetened this apple. Eat it to restore 3/4 of a heart. I beg your pardon, I do believe that is my baked apple. You can't just go taking whatever you please. Oh ho ho, forgive me, I cannot resist pulling your leg. Please help yourself. An apple and an open flame make for a succulent treat. So, we have food. We have the baked apple, and then in materials, we have the raw apple and the Hyrulean mushroom. Let's hold the mushroom and the shroom. No, let's drop these here. So when we dropped the mushroom by the fire, it turned into the toasty Hylian shroom. The shroom toasted to perfection. The taste and fragrance are amplified, resulting in more health to its consumer. We got a baked apple and another toasty shroom. Now we have to pull them out of the fire quickly, or else they'll be burned and we'll lose them entirely. Now, Huh. So we have a stick here. I see a pile of wood over there. So we could take this. So we could set the stick on fire and use it to catch the firewood. And we could have a campfire. Now isn't... So, little things like that. Oh, we also have a torch here we could take. A torch. The torch will stay lit once ignited, but if you put it away, the flame will be extinguished until you light it again. So you're sort of seeing a bit of the, well, just help yourself to that torch. And how may I ask where you're going to use it? As a weapon to set things on fire, or it's a secret? It's a secret. I see. Well, then do as you please. There are plenty of monsters ahead, though. Remember, you could use that as a weapon if need be. However, do not swing it around without purpose. You must face your opponents and lock on your sights with them. So he's mentioning how to use the lock-on feature. And it looks like there's an old, like an axe here in the woodstone. Woodcutter's axe. A woodcutter's tool of choice for felling trees. Its formidable weight and uneven balance can make for a slow, inefficient weapon. So we can... So, we could go through all our sticks, we have our torch, and we could take out the axe. So we could cut down grass with the axe. And I see we have a tree here. I see some apples up in that tree. But why? Yep, the apples are falling out of the tree as we cut it. Oh, yeah, the tree fell down. We've got a big log here. If we chop that again, we can collect some firewood. We could use this to make a campfire if you have something to light it. So, see a lot of the resource gathering aspect of this game. And look, we have a little circle of reeds or lily pads or something. Let's see what's down here. Now, this was a big surprise for a lot of longtime Zelda players. These were characters that only had previously appeared in The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker, which, so to see them again here was, you're not Hestu, but you can see me? I didn't know your kind could see the children of the forest. Well, if you run to Hestu, please return this to him. The small seed was given to you by a Korok. It has a distinct smell. If you gather a bunch of them, you never know what may happen. Oh, and my friends are hiding in lots of different places, too. Don't be shy about poking your nose into suspicious places. So here, those little bits of poking, prodding, and exploration, they get rewarded with prizes such as that seed. We'll learn the purpose of that later, perhaps. So, look, we have a sword and a stone up here. This is definitely not the Master Sword just laying out in public. It actually has a lot of rust on it. Rusty broadsword. This once fearsome sword has seen better days. It can do some damage in the right hands, but also breaks quickly. Huh. Let's switch over to that sword. It's not like we have much to lose. But see, right now I'm heading towards that waypoint marked on the slate that the mysterious voice told us to head toward. Temple of Time. So this is the legendary Temple of Time. It's seen better days. That's for sure. See a lot of little, I don't know, what was little, I don't know, like, priests' quarters or something like that are now lying in ruin. It reminds me of the famous ruined abbey in Germany, Heisterbach Abbey, that they've restored as a tourist attraction. I mean, they've restored it, but in its ruined state. A bird roasted drumstick. Raw bird drumstick that's been cooked to a crisp skin and all. It's devoid of seasoning, has a simple, accessible taste, restores more hearts than the raw variety. So, let's maybe equip this woodcutter's axe. See if we could sneak up on this this bad guy here. There's a little bokoblin. Now we took his weapon, the Boko Club, a crude Bokoblin Club made a clobber slaw prey, essentially a stick, so its durability is low. So let's switch to that. Our first enemy defeated. You dropped a Bokoblin Horn, the severed horn of a Bokoblin, a creature often encountered on the plains of Hyrule. It isn't edible. They're being tossed into a stew with some critters to make an elixir. With some critters, huh? Okay. Ah. You have another, So we got our first club. I threw it at him. We collected another horn from him. You have a treasure chest here. Let's see what's in here. Have I thought of adding Griffin H emotes? Not really. Because... Oh, first off, I have very few emote slots. I've used all the emote slots I have available. I don't want to cycle out the Doorworm emotes or the Lunarian H emotes. And the Griffin H emotes, if I were to do them, they'd be specifically for the writing stream because Griffin H is only for the writing stream. And it's a lot of trouble to go through and swap out the emotes just to do writing streams. So we have the Hylian trousers, which are better than our well-worn trousers. We'll go from those took us from nothing to 2. These will take us from 2 to 4. So we'll equip those. Those are better fitting, stronger pants. Oh, we got it. Choo-choo jelly. You know, I should have actually just thrown and broke these barrels. I want to maybe if I throw it against the wall. Yeah, and frankly, I've invested more than enough in artwork lately for my stream that I'd rather... Okay, I don't feel like trying to break that anymore. Oh, look at the... Go a little deeper into the temple grounds. Oh, and look at this! This looks like some kind of robot. Some kind of mechanical octopus spider type robot. And it has an ancient screw. A screw used in ancient machinery. It's made out of an unknown material. No matter how many times it's turned, its threads never seem to show signs of wear. So we have is described as an ancient machine. So it looks like this mechanical creature was stopped here at some point and has since been sitting around growing moss. So we're kind of just using the environment to tell the story here. See what else we could find around here. I know we're heading away from where we're supposed to be going. It's another one of those mechanical things. Alright. Yeah, we took him out pretty easily. Oh, this one's... Oh, look at all this. There's a whole bunch of these these machines that were... Look like they're in the... Oh, you could find another ancient screw. Another ancient screw here. Oh, we could search this one for a screw as well. So we're taking parts off these old machines. We don't know what they were for. Oh yeah, the Temple of Time. If you've, Clackaboy, you've played, you remember Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, the Temple of Time has seen better days. It's been left in this state for a long time. Looks like it's had quite a big chunk taken out of the wall here. And it looks like you could infer that these machines were attacking the temple in unison. And then they stopped, and something stopped them abruptly. So it looks like these machines were wreaking havoc at some point. And Clackaboy is saying, Griffin H has kind of an owl look. Reminds me of an old character from 70s teens kids show called The New Zoo Review. I never heard of that. And it's not something I caught on reruns when I was a kid either. It looks like the old Master Sword pedestal has been replaced by a statue of Goddess Hylia, where we can choose to pray. The goddess statue smiles upon you. Okay, that's nice. Alright. We have some pots over here. I'm gonna put these all in the same spot so I can break them all at once. Oh, we found a bundle of arrows. A bundle of 5 common arrows. The shafts of these were carved from wood from a sturdy tree. Now we have arrows. If only we had a bow to go with them. Oh, how about that? A traveler's bow. Small bow used by travelers for protection. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but you can use to attack foes from a distance. Now, when you see these things like an axe, a bow, a sword, in traditional Zelda games, these would be major events that you'd find after hours of gameplay. Here we're just finding this equipment out in the open, and within moments of starting the game. This is definitely... So we have a bow and 5 arrows to go with it. So this was the first Legend of Zelda of a new format. They're called the Open Air Zelda style. Whereas in previous Zelda games, generally had a focus on completing a scenario in a set order and only being allowed to go to one area at a time. Here we're just dropped into this scenario. Now look at this. Look at this here. Look at this situation. We're going to... We can zoom in. Actually, I don't want to fall off the... We'll get a vantage point from here. We could use our Sheikah Slate's camera to zoom in. Now we've got some bokoblins camping out down there and cooking some meat. Now it looks like they have some exploding barrels. Some barrels of dynamite there. And right above that, that looks like a boulder. Right above the barrels of dynamite. We're not really strong enough to take on a big encampment like that, but... So we could crawl to decrease the amount of sound we make. So if we crawl around here, so you have to stay out of sight. You see that little meter in the left, right beneath where my camera is. You'll see a little meter. That's the meter that shows how much sound Link is making. So you could use that to determine your stealth and try to plan a way to... Got a couple of bokoblins up there. We don't want to alert them to our presence, but we would like to climb up here. Let's see. If we can push that boulder right onto that dynamite. Nice! We took them out without even having to engage them in combat. So we can collect the remains here. We got the horn. Got a barrel. Let's see what's in the barrel. Let it burn for a minute. We can get the, we just took the meat they were eating. We've got the weapons that they had laying around. So this is really a kind of a scavenging, hunting, survival sort of game compared to what a typical Zelda game would be like before this. Now, let's see. We have to go this way. And it looks like there's something up there. Oh, we got a couple of arrows. We got a headshot. Oh, we took them. I took them both out with headshots. Nice. Really wasn't planning on that. And we get to take their bows and arrows as well. Oh, look at this. Alright, so now we get to take his shield, because he had a shield with him, so now we get to, yeah. So Link is already becoming quite formidable in terms of all the equipment he's stolen from his enemies. But Link, his voice told us to come over here with our Sheikah Slate, and we have this glowing pedestal. Place the Sheikah Slate in the pedestal. Alright, just gotta stretch out a bit. Sheikah Tower activated. Please watch for rolling rocks. So you have this theme of all this ancient technology. There were these machines that had been stopped at some point that looked like they were attacking the Temple of Time. We have this we have Link awakening in this stasis chamber, and with this tablet computer that is awakening, is activating these different. Oh, it's a tower. And towers are rising all across Hyrule. Great Plateau Tower. Distilling local information. Regional map extracted. Oh.
You have been asleep for the past 100 years. The beast. When the beast regains its true power, this world will face its end. Now then, you must hurry, Link.
Yeah, we could reason that that's probably the voice of Princess Zelda. We don't know where she is or what she's doing, but... So look, oh, we have that building over there is glowing now. You can see in the distance all the different shrines. Well, we'll learn about shrines, but that's a shrine. You can see in the distance that all the different towers that are now glowing in the distance. So let's climb back down here. Okay. Okay. And we made it back to the ground. Look at this old man parasailing down here. My, it would seem we have quite the enigma here. This tower and others like it this tower and others just like it have erupted across the land one after another. It's almost as though a long dormant power has awoken quite suddenly. If you don't mind me asking, did anything occur while you were atop the tower? I heard a voice. Well now, a voice you say. Did you happen to recognize this mysterious voice? ... It seems I have some work to do as far as earning your trust goes. I suppose that is understandable. I assume you caught sight of that atrocity enshrouding the castle. That is Calamity Ganon. 100 years ago, that vile entity brought the kingdom of Hyrule to ruin. It appeared suddenly and destroyed everything in its path. So many innocent lives were lost in its wake. For a century, the very symbol of our kingdom, Hyrule Castle, has managed to contain that evil, but just barely. There it festers, building its strength for the moment it will unleash its blight upon the land once again. It would appear that moment is fast approaching. I must ask you, courageous one, do you intend to make your way to the castle? I do. I had a feeling you'd say that. Here on this isolated plateau, we are surrounded on all sides by steep cliffs with no way down. If you were to try to jump off, well, no death could be more certain or more foolish. Of course, if you had a power glider like mine, that would be quite another story. Paraglider? Oh ho, pique your interest, have I? Yes, I didn't come soaring down here on my own feathery wings, you know. Worry not, I will happily agree to give you my power glider, but not for nothing. Let's see now. How about I trade it for a bit of treasure that slumbers nearby? Ah, so this right here is the only okay. Yeah, this is some of the only we're required to complete this quest for this man before he can go any further. Come, let me show you something. Did you see that structure there? The one shining with a strange light? It began glowing at the exact moment those towers rose up from the ground. I think such a place might house some sort of treasure, wouldn't you? Treasure for the power glider. I see he kept saying power glider, it's paraglider. A fair exchange, I believe. Alright, let's go get the treasure. Grab an arrow from right here. Now there's a little pond here, but we don't have enough stamina to make it across. We're just gonna have to, yeah, there's another one of these robots. These things were really destroying this whole area, and whatever made them stop must be frighteningly even more powerful. So we'll, go over there and investigate this glowing building. Oman Ao Shrine. Oh, we have a treasure chest with EX on it. Let's see what we've got. Ruby, a precious red gem mined from large ore deposits found throughout Hyrule. Rubies contain the power of fire and have fetched a high price since ancient times. You have a lot of metal sitting around here. We've got metal crates. That looks like a boulder of iron ore. But let's check out this building here. See what this is about. Examine. Sheikah Slate confirmed. Travel gate registered to map. Yeah, so Clackaboy, if you're around, I was kind of curious what you thought about the reveal that that Mrs. Coulter's boyfriend has been traveling to the real world secretly, because that's something that was not revealed at this point in the book. So they decided to reveal it earlier in the show to better fit with the format of how a TV show works as opposed to a book. But yeah, so how did you feel about discovering that Mrs. Coulter's boyfriend was secretly traveling from the steampunk world of demons and witches and whatnot to our world? So took the elevator down. I have to wait for it to load, but by the way, this is actually the first Zelda game. Well, I mean, the first two Zelda games were released. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Oman Ao. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. This is the first two Zelda games were released on Famicom Disk System. So since they were on magnetic discs, naturally those games did have load times. But this is the first Zelda game since then to have load times like this. I have another pedestal here. We have look what we have to work with. The design of this shrine is great. You can actually see the shaft that we came down on. So right above that ceiling there is where we came down from. And you have two metal plates and some bars. So let's check out the pedestal. That's the only thing we can really do here. I love the fusion of the sort of technology and magic with this sort of design vocabulary here. Sheikah Slate identified. Distilling rune. Magnesis. Manipulate metallic objects using magnetism. Grab onto metallic objects with the magnetic energy that pours forth from the Magnesis rune. Objects held by the magnetic snare can be lifted up and moved freely. So this tablet has sort of the effects of altering physics in some ways. So we can activate. We now have the power to easily manipulate this huge metal plate. Ooh. Oh no! Here's something we can do. We can move this. I never did this before. You can move that to the other side, huh? I never considered doing this before, but it's clearly something they intended it to be possible to do. Now, one exciting thing about this Zelda game, its approach to puzzles. In past Zelda games, that you'd go into an area that would have puzzles that could only be solved a certain way. Here, they let you solve a puzzle in any number of ways. So okay, so we found. So here, now one thing I could use the magnetism to move that block, but another thing I could do. Use this to oh, it looks like there's an unfriendly fellow over there. A little yeah, we destroyed him without even having to engage in combat. Which I never thought of taking these magnetic plates over that barrier before. And this only, to be fair, this is only like the second... This is really only the second time I've ever... Actually, no, this is the third time I've ever played through this. And the reason I say third is there's another file. Okay. Now, that robot left behind... Well, we'll move this plate here to make a bridge, because these walls are so smooth that we can't climb them. Oh, we gotta move it a little forward. There we go. So we built ourselves a bridge to get across. And I left an ancient screw and an ancient spring. And it looks like up there, looks like a metal treasure chest. We'll use our magnesis to bring that over here. Let's see what's in the treasure chest. Oh, we got another bow. That's great. But we have some big metal doors. We can use magnesis to open the doors. It looks like we have... Someone here has been waiting for us. Looks like some kind of monk who's been meditating for a very long time. Now, this is based on an actual tradition of monks of certain cultures. I don't want to go into it because it could actually get rather grisly, but he's been waiting here for a long time. You have proven to possess the resolve of a true hero. I am Oman Al, the creator of this trial. I am but a humble monk blessed with the sight of Goddess Hylia and dedicated to those who seek to defeat Ganon. With your arrival, my duty is now fulfilled. So he designed this little dungeon for us. In the name of Goddess Hylia, allow me to bestow this gift upon you. Please accept the Spirit Orb. Link looks very suspicious of this thing that just went inside him, but... Spirit Orb, a symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. So this shrine isn't a place of worship, it's a place to be tested in your ability to overcome the challenge that the monk created within it. And he's... peace out. Back to the mothership for him. So you have this really interesting mixture of mysticism and technology. In fact, that reminds me. I'd be right. Okay. Actually. Oh, ho ho ho. Oh, you showing off that fancy paraglider of yours. My goodness. Seems you managed to get your hands on a spirit orb. Well done. Paraglider, please. I encourage you to slow down for a moment, my courageous friend. The appearance of those towers and the awakening of this shrine. It is all connected to that Sheikah slate you carry on your hip there. What do you mean? It has been quite some time since I've seen that Sheikah slate. Long ago, a highly advanced tribe known as the Sheikah inhabited these lands. The great power of their wisdom saved this kingdom time and time again. But their ancient technology disappeared long ago, or so it was said. It's interesting, however, to think that somehow that something like that survived all the way to this time hidden away in a shrine. Wait, I was found in a shrine. These shrines are tucked away in numerous places all across this land. On this plateau alone, I believe there are still 3 more. Bring me the treasure from each of these shrines and I will give you my paraglider. That wasn't the deal. Oh, well, I suppose I changed my mind. I'm sure that won't be a problem for a young go-getter like you. Since I'm feeling generous, I will also teach you a trick for finding shrines. It's always best to survey the area by looking around from a high point. Let's see here. How about you make the way to the top of that tower again? Are you joking? Oh ho ho. I am not afraid, but do not worry, I have another little trick to share with you for your effort. Take a look at that map on your Sheikah slate. See those blue icons? You should recognize the cave from where you woke, the shrine you came from, and the tower. You can travel instantly to any of those places with the Sheikah slate. Or so I heard quite some time ago. I do not know if it actually works as such. So the Sheikah slate is kind of like the alethiometer in the His Dark Materials, the Golden Compass. But so we could use, now that we have the power of magnesis, we could lift this crate up and collect some goodies from it. It looks like there's a metal treasure chest down there on the water. I'd expect in real life, of course, that the contents of the chest have been waterlogged. But in a video game, I'm sure there's something useful we could find in here. Let's open the treasure chest. Amber. And, oh, look at this. We've got a metal plank here. We've got another metal treasure chest. Let's rise that. I forgot what's... I haven't looked through what's in here. An opal, wow. So, this game, one of the big innovations of this game was its physics engine. And which allows the game to be very true, very honest in terms of like what could actually happen within the world of the game. So for instance, I'm going to show an example of the sort of things you could do in a game like this, where the physics are so realistic. I mean, the physics are of course exaggerated in many aspects, but in terms of they're consistent. Like something you could do at one part of the game, you could do at any part of the game. And you could use that to bypass what otherwise might be a very challenging puzzle or something like that. Okay, so we've got that there. We've got a big metal boulder here. Use magnesis to attract this. Oh my gosh, it warped out of existence. Hey, remember what I was saying about how realistic everything is? No, honestly, nothing quite like that ever happened while I was playing the game. Like, that's like the most... That took me right out of the whole moment. Like, that was kind of a lame moment, actually. Did it at least... Okay, at least it reappeared. I swear I've never had something respawn. So we just gotta keep them both nearby. Make sure we don't get too far away from anything. Okay. No, you want to make that, put that a little... Actually, no. Actually, what I want to do, I'm going to take this. Okay. Gonna lay this in a specific spot. Okay. Actually, no. I know what I want to do. I want to... Now, this is too heavy for Link to move alone. He can only use it. Yeah, like, hey, Jacob AB. Have I seen you in chat before? Or are you someone I know who may have gotten a name change? Yeah, I've honestly, I'm not even... I mean, considering my last stream, I just spent, like... I spent 40 minutes writing about, like, lambasting how ridiculously poor in terms of quality control Pokemon Scarlet and Violet were. So I'm not just, holding water for Nintendo. But I never had anything quite like that happened during my first playthrough back in 2017. Now look at this. I've got this plank. I'm standing on the end of it. I've got the boulder up here, and woo! And I'm dead. My first death of the game. Rest in peace. Yep. So you could get up to some silly hijinks of that sort. But actually, now would be a good point to, let's go ahead and warp to the tower. And I'm going to take my midstream break soon. Here. So I've got, now this is, is that the shrine? No, that's the Shrine of Resurrection. We want to go here. We want to go to the Great Plateau Tower. I'll give you a bit of a primer on some of the, I don't know, I guess the exploration aspects, or how the sort of flow of discovery goes with this. I mean, to a certain extent, I'm sort of demonstrating the concept of this game, because I have a lot of viewers from outside the Zelda community, and outside really the typical gaming community, because like I just did a stream where I was just doing writing stuff last time, so I have a lot of people that aren't familiar with Zelda, since I'm going to be, or especially these newer Zeldas, so since I'm going to be streaming Tears of the Kingdom when that comes out, I wanted to actually sort of demonstrate the concept of these open world Zelda games, this being the first of that style. Now, I haven't really, now which button, okay, how do I, okay, it's the right, so we could zoom around, and I could place a pin, a sort of a waypoint, at that shrine I could see in the distance. And where's another shrine? We could, oh, there's another one. Is that one we can get to? Got that shrine. Oh, and there's one over there, too. So now I have these red, yellow, and blue waypoints I can travel to at my own pace to go to those shrines, get the spirit orbs, and get the old man to give me the paraglider, which is what I'll use to sail, to sort of skydive off of this plateau and make our way to the greater world beyond the plateau. So I am going to go ahead and do our midstream break right there. I'm going to drop some credits in chat for my artists who did the art for me for my break screen. And I will be back in, let's see, yeah, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I'm going to run an ad about halfway through the break so that there'll be fewer ads for the rest of the stream, for those joining, and for those already watching, fewer mid-roll and pre-roll ads. So, but until then, you can just enjoy the, go get up, get a stretch, and get some popcorn or take a leak or whatever you need to do. So I'll be back, and let me set the timer now. Where's the, why did I quit out of the timer? I'm silly as heck. Why did I quit out of the timer? Okay. And I think I actually, well, we want to turn on the timer. Where's the timer? Hello, everybody, and welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, or Zelsa, as I tagged it. I just when I was, I realized that I had this tagged as Zelsa instead of Zelda. And you might notice Link now is wearing his traditional outfit from the... Link traditionally wears a green outfit. In this game, there's an emphasis on wearing all kinds of different clothes, so they decided to forego the traditional green outfit, but they do include the green outfit as different versions of Link's green outfit from different eras of Zelda. and this is an outfit based on his original look from the first Legend of Zelda. You have to use... this is actually something you unlock by scanning this amiibo, which is a three-dimensional representation of how Link appeared in the first Legend of Zelda game. Since I had... you don't need these to play the game, but it's a little bonus. You can unlock certain outfits and stuff. Now, I'm interested in progressing rapidly through this game. Now, up to this point, I provided a pretty accurate representation of what it's like to play the game typically. I have a whole collection of amiibos themed around The Legend of Zelda, and I have a secondary save file that I use to look at all these swords I've got. Yeah, I've got... Uh-oh. Why is the... Oh, hold on. Why does one of my lights just go out? I'll be right back. Okay, hey everybody, thank you for bearing with that. You saw the light come on for a moment. I used a interesting improvised method to have that light on, and I ran out, and but for now, let's continue with the game. So, you've got these weapons here. We have a guardian sword, a soldier's broadsword, a torch, a soldier's... we have multiple of some of the same swords, and then we've got a lot of very fancy bows. We have bomb arrows, shock arrows, ice arrows, fire arrows, and regular arrows. And we have some shields. And these are some of the outfits we have. Like this here, the Tunic of Time. This is based on Link's outfit from The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and N64. We have the Tunic of the Wind, which is based on The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. And we have the Tunic of the Hero, which is really based on the original Legend of Zelda, with the yellow band and with the brown sleeves, which is pretty much how he looked prior to Ocarina of Time. So in the Super NES era, Game Boy, and NES era, Link kind of dressed like... Now, if I fell, that's an instant death, so you have to be very careful climbing down here. Now, here's one cool thing that I want to show off. In The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, part of the story involves scenes where Link is transformed into a wolf. And this is a little amiibo of a figurine of Wolf Link here. And we could scan this in to summon Link in his wolf form into the game. And no, so this does not transform Link into a wolf. It actually summons Wolf Link as a separate entity from Link himself to join us in the field here. So yeah, I guess Link in his wolf form has been called from across. This version of Link would have lived several centuries ago, actually several thousands of years ago, actually. So it's quite a time gap for him. He will He will help us fight. And help us get goodies. So we're going to be turning our light back on in a moment, but we're first going to head over to this next shrine we need to check out. It's like Lincoln is... Yeah, like Link likes to hibernate a lot. So this is pretty typical for him. It's like, okay, first I got turned into a wolf, now I'm, 10,000 years in the future. It's all in a day's work for... Yeah, so if you're, like, in his Dark Materials, the Golden Compass, it looks like Lincoln is a demon here. And it's... just the image of Link running through this grassy field with Wolf Link at his side is, like, so Ghibli-esque. Studio Ghibli, the famous anime studio of Hayao Miyazaki fame. But... yeah, Wolf Link tends to behave. He sometimes gets into some trouble. What did you see? It's like walking a dog. It's funny because in... Oh my goodness, it's a... Yeah, that's an instant death right there if I get shot by that. Oh my gosh, Link. Oh my god. You idiot. He got himself killed. He got himself killed. That moron. Okay, we can't summon him again today. That's not the ridiculous thing. Okay, I was about to talk about this anyway, but in... Yeah, in The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, it's very explicit that Link still maintains human intelligence in wolf form. But in this... Oh my goodness. Yeah, I thought I was gonna... I feel like normally if I keep moving, I don't get killed like that, but... Oh well. Yeah, but this is my first time playing through this part of the game since 2017, so... Now I'll be right back. I'm gonna turn my light back on. No, I said that on mute. Oops. But that's a lot better. And I know it feels better for me, so I'm sure it looks a lot better for the viewers. Now, okay. So Wolf Link got himself killed. And we are clearly not at all equipped to deal with that guardian. Now, fortunately, it looks like his legs have been destroyed. And he's sort of embedded in the dirt. So he can't chase us around at least. Why? Okay. In the preparation for playing this game, like, a couple of weeks ago, I was playing this game a bit just to test out some of the, just to get into some battles and stuff and test out the audio so I could balance the game between the game and my mic. And I was outrunning these guardians. But that was on my newer save file? I don't think there's anything that permanently makes Link run faster. So we're going to try a different approach. Oh my... Ugh. I think these things are faster than the ones outside of the field, because the ones out in Hyrule Field, I was just dodging them just by casually running. Oh my goodness. Alright. Alright, I know what I have to do. Walk to the very edge. I think this is how I did it on my first playthrough, actually. Yeah, I'll come around here. Go behind. Jabage Shrine. Because I think what the game kind of sets you up to do is to trick the Guardian into blowing up these boulders so you can get through, but you can also just go around the back and climb over. Okay, alright. Just had to check something real quick. I was concerned for a moment, but it turns out everything's fine. Alright, let's dive down. Alright. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Jabage. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Bomb trial. So we have some cracked walls here. Cracked bricks, so let's see if we get some kind of bomb-like weapon here. Of course we will. Because video games. Sheikah Slate authenticated distilling rune. Actually, I'll be right back. I forgot something. Alright, that's the last time I get up the stream, I promise. Unless something crazy happens, but... So now that one cool thing about this, something really genius. There are square bombs and round bombs. So you can drop them or... No, okay. How do you... I keep forgetting which... No, like, it's so... Okay. And these are remote detonated, so... Blow them up when we're ready. And we have infinite bombs, but there is a time limit on them. So we could use them again. And just get... Fire in the hole! Oh, a treasure chest. And let's see what we've got here. Traveler's Claymore. Yeah, we don't have... Do we have a better sword than that? We'll just drop the, No, actually I want the... Which is the Claymore's... What? Broadsword. Broadsword. Soldier's broadsword. What is this again? I know it was a Claymore, but how much will... 14 down to 10? Oh. Yeah, we'll leave it behind for now. Climb up this ladder. We'll place this on the edge. No. Oh! Well, I solved the puzzle not quite the way I intended, but it still counts because I didn't die. What I meant to do is put a square bomb down. Alright. Oh, we can see the monk over there. Oh, look at that. And they included this to show us the path. These piston things are launching that ball back and forth. And if they could launch the ball back and forth, they could launch us back and forth. If you did that in real life, you'd so be dead. But in video game logic, it's perfectly safe. Yeah, Link needs to fall a lot further than that to get killed. So look at this. So you take this, you wait till the piston goes back down. Well, we can put it down now. Roll it down there. Oh, come on, finish rolling. Please finish rolling. And there we go. So I can climb up this ladder. I mean, imagine just sitting there for thousands of years, watching that ball bounce back and forth, because that's the only thing there is to look at, waiting for this kid to come. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. That's my monk voice, I guess. And this time Link's much more excited to receive the orb. He's not like, what did you just do to me? What is this? Okay. We got 2 out of the 4. We need 4 in all. Oh, and I forgot, it also restores your health. Goodbye, job age. We've got some skeletal enemies that appear at night. This is a tradition of certain Zelda games. Oh, you little... I have absurdly overpowered weapons for this point in the game, so this is really foolish of them to mess with me. Even more foolish is... blowing up the wall right where the Guardian can see me. So let's climb up here. Oh, I wakened him. I tried not to wake him again, but oh well. Come on. Okay, I don't feel like dying right now, so let's just... I don't know why. I was just, like, very casually dealing with these things before. Now it's a big problem again. That was probably the closest it came to firing yet. So let's see. We've got a couple more. Actually, while we're waiting, why don't we... There we go. You eat food to restore your health. Now. Now in this file, I haven't murdered that encampment of bokoblins over there yet. Oh, I do not feel like fighting you. And the sword is getting damaged, just like in real life, but exaggerated, of course, for the effect of the video game. Things like weapons will degrade as you use them until they eventually break, and you have to replace them with new ones stolen from enemies or obtained by other means. Now, since I have these wonderful fire arrows. Now, fire arrows are something that's like a major magical item. Here, they're just like items with flame stuff at the end. I set myself on fire a bit, but okay, grab the club. Now we have enough. Yeah, unlike our other file, we could just grab a lot more meat here. What is... Is the barrel close? It's not quite close enough to catch fire. There we go. Now it'll catch fire. I already forgot what's in here. Yeah, let's wait till morning. So by the logic of this game, morning begins at 5 a.m. What time is morning? Like, I don't know. I think morning begins when you get up. Even if it's pre-dawn, even if it's not light out, morning, when you get up, that's then morning. I mean, as long as it's between, like, you know, I'd say, like, 3 o'clock is when morning begins. Like, 2 o'clock is still night to me. But once you get to, like, 3 o'clock, it's like, okay, that's... Instant baked apple. Alright. Oh, look at that. There's a campfire over there. Now, what is... Hold on. No, I don't want to go towards the Forest of Spirits. I need to go towards... Oh, there's a couple of shrines I can go to. I want to go... Actually, River of the Dead, how exciting. Mount Hylia. Where am I? I'm over here. I want to go past the Temple of Time towards here. I'm going to stamp it with purple and head towards that. I know, like, typically, like, in a traditional playthrough without amiibo, you don't, there's no opportunity to there's no opportunity to get a traditional green outfit until the end of the game. But, I don't know, just Link running around in his green outfit just looks so right. It's just so, it's so classic. Okay. Alright, I realize where I'm at now. Okay. So I gotta go past the temple over there to get to where I want to head. And I don't have any more room for bows right now. So I don't need the bow in the Temple of Time. I didn't get that in this playthrough. Insta-kill. And we will take that club. And you notice the equipment Link has equipped is what's actually on his person. So he has the club right now. So let's pass through the Temple of Time. Now there are some arrows we can get. But we don't need that bow. We don't have room for it anyway. Once we, maybe if we lose a couple of bows to, looks like there's a forest over there. Pop? Pop what? Pop goes the weasel? Like, sorry, I don't know quite what you're getting at. Oh yeah, when I blew up that that bokoblin. Yeah, I have to remember, I turned on my delay a bit. It's about 20 seconds, so excuse me. I have to get used to the fact that my chat is going to be reacting to what happened about 20 seconds ago. If I could have grabbed that lizard, that's something I could actually use to cook with. How do I... No. The temperature is getting dangerously low. Find warmth soon, or you'll take damage. Now, this is a new mechanic here. Yeah, look. If we look at Link, he's freezing cold. He's going to start taking damage from going up that cold mountain, so... We're going to have to explore down here, maybe, and see if we can find a solution. Good. Oh. I don't know what that command was, but... Oh, there's a bokoblin encampment here I do not feel like engaging. Oh, looks like there's some mushrooms up on that boulder. Let's see if we can grab those. Rush room. And look what we've got. Some green mushrooms here. We've got a stemella shroom. Now look at this. We've got a little cabin here. It looks kind of abandoned, but we have some food, a stemella shroom, a baked apple. We're just gonna raid this hut. But the food's all fresh, so the old man's diary. Let's read it. On this desolate plateau, the only pleasure that brings me comfort is cooking. And today I outdid myself truly. I created the perfect dish. I call it spicy meat and seafood fry. This recipe not only restores health, but it also keeps me warm, even with traveling in the snowy mountains. So you could eat certain food that'll help keep you warm when you go into the cold environments, which is a new element to this game. Part of the... it's not a deep survival or deep crafting, but it's part of the survival style elements that they introduced in this game. With this dish on my side, I no longer have need of that itchy warm doublet. Read more. I do not know how I allowed this to happen, but it seems I forgot to write down a very important recipe. I know it contained raw meat and spicy pepper, however, I simply cannot remember what else is used. My age is catching up to me. Read more. Sadly, on this low plateau, I have only knowledge and memory to rely on. Still, if I did find someone who knew the missing ingredient, I could happily reward them with my warm doublet. It seems like unlikely that such miraculous wish will be fulfilled. Spicy meat and seafood fry. Okay. So we've got 2 spicy peppers. It was called a spicy meat and seafood fry. And since we stocked up on items with Amiibo, and this is not something I'll be doing again. This is not how I originally played the game, by the way. We'll use a generic fish we've got. Let's see, we've got Hyrule Bass. We'll hold that. We'll hold... Let's see, where's the pepper? Where's the hot pepper? Ah, here's the pepper. Actually, let's sort all this. Yeah, that's better. The pepper. And we needed meat. We needed raw meat. How about... We got a raw meat here. So if we add the... We'll add more peppers. So Link's holding all these ingredients, and we can choose where to put it down. And if we could choose to we have a little fire and a pot here, so we can cook. Spicy meat and seafood fry grants low-level cold resistance, a filling dish made by cooking fresh seafood and meat together. So this is... Oh, we got a pot lid here. Can't hear any more shields, though. So this is a bit of the extent of the crafting system in this game. It's really restricted. It's not in terms of creating weapons or tools. The crafting really is restricted to the cooking system. But the cooking system is so deep and fun to play with that I've only watched the first couple of trailers. Like the last big blowout trailer for Tears of the Kingdom, I did not watch. The last trailer I watched was the title reveal trailer. Because I'm rather satisfied. And look, we're cooking just by using these flaming arrows. Actually, I don't want to shoot it that way because it'll carry it off the cliff. But yeah, by shooting the arrows with the apples of the flaming arrow. Here. Oh, fancy that. So we meet again. What are you doing? I thought this tree might make for some good firewood. However, getting a tree to fall exactly where you want it is quite an art. The trick is to turn your hips so that they face the way you want the tree to land. I don't know if that's true. I'm assuming that's just video game logic. It's best to use an axe when felling trees. A sword works in a pinch, but you'll end up ruining the blade. Yes, I'm a bit busy right now, as you can see. I don't know how you actually show I don't want to eat it in front of him. I don't think that'll do it. Okay, these are really good mushrooms for cooking with. These are very valuable items for cooking with, actually. But... Yes, I am typing in how do you get the warmed up from the old man. Show the meal to the old man. Hold on. Okay, I'm just looking at this. Oh, you have to go to... Okay, so I have to wait till nighttime to talk to him. Okay, that's what's going on. Because I know if I just walked up and used it, it would have just eaten it, and I wouldn't have gotten the benefit of completing the little quest. So actually, what I can do is I can get out the firewood. I don't have firewood. Okay. Guess it's time to get out. Yeah, I don't have that axe anymore, so we're actually going to have to use... What's the lamest sword we've got? We've got... Yeah, I don't have the axe anymore. No, wait, actually. No, I'll just use the sword. I'll just use the sword. Okay. Yeah, I was misremembering. I forgot the fact that... So we'll just drop the wood right here. And we'll get out... No, it's not the left, it's the right. We could use our club here. There, now it's a firewood. We can sit until night. Pass some time. Oh, there you are. How's your shrine exploration going? This body of mine isn't what it used to be. Recovering from a bout of hard work takes a while. If you're hungry, I have an empty pot. You could use to cook yourself a meal. I cooked something. What is that? That looks like my signature perfect dish. Spicy meat and seafood fry. But how did you... Well, I suppose that's not important. Can I trouble you to share the recipe? Ah, of course. Hyrule Bass. How could I have forgotten? Well done. Now please allow me to reward your culinary efforts with the warm doublet. A warm pullover, typically worn by mountain folk. Its sturdy fabric gives, and thick gloves are great at retaining body heat. That you'll be able to resist the bite of colder environments. As for me, I know a great spicy meat and seafood fry recipe, so I can do without the warm doublet. So, it's good use of our firewood, good use of our cooking skills. Actually, let's cook some more while we let's get. Oh, well, we might as well eat those up, but let's hold stamina and. I don't know, let's try some raw meat. I forgot. Energizing meat and mushroom skewer. Instantly refills some of your stamina reel of a filling dish made by grilling mountain ingredients with meat. Okay. We want to... It's fun exploring these again. Now, the more of an item you hold... Actually, we are gonna hold... We're gonna just hold a couple of these at a time. Because for the amount of stamina we have, just 2, I think, should... Because let's compare that to using only 1. Okay, so we got 1, but it's not as powerful. So, let's get this raw gourmet meat. Wow, how exciting. Blue nightshade. Stamina bass. Actually, I just realized, okay. Let's hold the stamina mushroom with the stamina increasing bass. And see what happens. Energizing fish and mushroom skewer instantly refills. Man, 2.5 wheels. We don't even have a single whole wheel yet. So this is quite the... So this will actually let us increase the stamina limit entirely. We'll throw in the stamina bass as well. Okay, let's see what we get out of this. Oh, we just get... I don't want to... Okay, that's lame. I didn't want to use it for that. Maybe you get a bunch of life at least, but... Meat skewer. 10 hearts. We have 3. So these ingredients we have to work with. Now let's a big hearty radish and the raw gourmet meat. This better increase the number of hearts we have overall. I mean, the temporary hearts. Wow! Hearty fried wild greens restores your health and temporarily increases your maximum hearts. A basic vegetable dish made by sautéing fresh and wild plants. So, check out what happens when you eat this baby. Okay. So now we have a bunch of yellow hearts. These are temporary hearts that will let us take more damage. Because we only have 3, and a lot of things will kill us instantly at this point. Razor shroom. So we could use this. Razor. There's, I think, a razor fin bash, isn't there? Chill fin, sizzle fin, volt fin, stealth fin. What's it? Armor cart, mighty porgy, armor porgy. I thought there was one called a razor fin. Hyrule, stamina, mighty. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. This will make something, I think, that will... No, I put them all away. Okay, no, I need to get them back out. Okay. Mighty, stealth fin. Hyrule bass, hardy bass, volt fin, sizzle fin. Chill fin, stealth fin, mighty carp. No, we'll hold. And then, where's the razor shroom? No, that's the iron shroom. That's, it increases defense. We want razor shroom. And let's cook. Okay, this is gonna be all right at best. This is good. Mighty fish and mushroom skewer. So for 4 minutes, we'll get a bunch more attack. So those are just some examples of some of the things that the food can do for us. So now we do not need this purple. Where we do want to head, we want to head up to this yellow area. So we're gonna figure out a way to get up there. Let's see if we could complete. I'd like to complete these the last 2 shrines before the end of the stream. We have about an hour before my typical end of stream, because I typically stream games for 4 hours with a 10-minute break in between, or whatever equivalent I end up doing. Okay. So I'm starting to make our way into the colder territory. I think. Yeah, I could... Alright. Starting to make our way higher into the mountains. We'll have to start taking protective measures soon. Alright. Yeah, there's the shrine we're heading for. Good placement right there. Oh, and I like how they place the spicy peppers right here in case we need some more. Alright. Okay, so Link is taking damage already, so let's see. Let's actually use the meat, the meal we made. So we can... what is it? Here we go. Spicy meat and seafood stir fry. So we can resist cold temperatures for 6 more minutes. We've got a river to cross right here. And I don't want to cross it like that. We have quite an adventure ahead of us. Adventure meaning of... Actually, we're gonna definitely drop... No. that club. Now, if I wanted, if I didn't have the food, or I have the clothes and the food, but I have the warm food I ate. But I could take that club and find a campfire or start a fire and carry the fire with me as like a torch, and that'll keep me warm enough to survive as well. So you have several different options as how to approach these scenarios. And I just want to be frank, this is probably the most sophisticated action game I comfortably really could sit down and play like this. And I'm only as good as I am now at it because I really did take about 30-40 minutes to reacquaint myself. Total disrespect. Oh, I have one of those too. Total disrespect kill. Okay. Oh, looks like there's a little dinky chest here. Let's see what they got in here. Oh, 5 arrows. I'll be happy to use these against you. We only have 4 minutes. Look, the food doesn't last long. You'd have to cook a bunch of that to really make it all the way up there. Have to find our way up. I like how Link walks just a little slower in the snow. You can see the blush on his cheeks there. Why? All I want to do is set off the explosives. There we go. Was that so much to ask? See, look, see the clubs are on fire, so you can carry those around with you. But I have no more room for weapons, and I don't want to carry that, so I'll just leave that there. So we're kind of making a roundabout way up towards the shrine. Oh, and look, see there are boulders up there? So if I came in from the other way and saw that encampment, I could have dropped the boulders on them instead of the dynamite that way. Because you really can't approach any object or obstacle from any direction. So I could have just shoved this right over. Alright. Let's continue on upwards. Look at this. Amber. Okay. We're closer to the shrine than we've ever been. It'll be interesting if I can make it all the way to the shrine on this one meal and not actually have to use the warm clothes. Now, I'll certainly have to change to the warm clothes to get back down. But the shrine is, I guess it has central heating. It's hooked up to the district's Hyrule Steam grid, I'm sure. Yeah, the keys are still out in the sun. The keys are the Zelda words for evil bats that attack you. Just so I know, when I keep saying the keys, I'm not keys. I'm not talking about keys. I'm talking about Oh, we're almost at the shrine. Well, almost meaning like. Okay. Alright. We're nearly there. Oh, I think we could get there in about 90 seconds. A little under 90 seconds. Especially if we run. Oh, it looks like there's a bokoblin encampment on the way there. Alright. Just gotta climb up there and take these guys out and we can enter the shrine. Yeah, I saw that dynamite and I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna go for the easy kill. Seared steak. Oh wow, are we actually? Yeah, we have just enough. 15, 14, 13, 12. K Numet Shrine. And we activate the shrine gate. And we gain admittance. Just before our protection from that meal is about to run out. So when we leave here, we have to remember to change into the warm clothes that the old man gave us. To you who sets foot in the shrine, I am K Numet. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Cryonis trial. We got magnesis, we got bombs, now we have cryonis. Let's see what that is. Sheikah Slate authenticated, distilling rune. And now it's kind of smooth. It's very clear that they have problems. They can't really animate like an animated screen of the Sheikah Slate within the game world. So they sort of zoom in on the polygonal model of the tablet and then switch to the menu screen, which represents what Link is seeing on the screen of his device. Builds pillars of ice that are very stable. These pillars can be used as stepping stones or as obstacles. Use Cryonis on an ice pillar to break it. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Ooh, I'd hate climbing ice with my bare hands. Oh, God. Okay. So you climb this and jump. There we go. So we have a gate here, a sliding track. So if we make a pillar of ice beneath it, we can lift it up. Oh, you sucker. Gotcha. Yeah, unfortunately, these little guardians are tiny. These aren't like the big scary ones that were destroying everything out there. Now it's funny because the Sheikah made this shrine, so it seemed like and they have these little guardians, so it seemed like the Sheikah would have made the guardians out there as well. Now, now look at this. You can one side. So we can make a couple and make a platform we could climb up to. There we go. I don't care about that treasure. I have so much stuff right now that I really don't need to spend time figuring out little puzzles like that. Or... no, I can't. Okay, never mind. Don't worry about it. Let's just get the spirit orb and keep moving. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. Alright. Now, when I was playing this for myself, for real the first time, I've spent many hours experimenting and fooling around and getting into trouble. Here I'm being fairly direct and just advancing the scenario quickly. May the goddess smile upon you. Weapon durability. Durability varies with every weapon. Please be aware of the condition of your equipment. A weapon breaking at the wrong time is never a good thing. Now, we have... let's change into our warm doublet here. There we go. Night and day difference. So we've got to get to that blue. The final shrine is in blue over there. Now, it would be very bad to fall in that icy water, even with this warm doublet on. Because once your clothes get wet, they really can't protect you from the cold. Who is rolling snowballs after us? There's no one up there. That's creepy. Alright, so let's head over here towards the blue area. Now it is a bit you know, of an exaggeration to have these warm fields right there and then right here at not that dramatic of an elevation is already like, you know, just freezing cold mountains. But for simulating what it would be like to travel, it's a very good, I think it's a very realistic simulation. I mean, not realistic, I mean, it's an adequate representation to give the sense of the adventure the character is going on. No, we want to go up over and over, because over there there's a... I don't want to climb that mountain just yet. I'd rather focus on actually reaching the shrine. Actually, let's climb the mountain. Okay, it's sitting there. It's clearly the highest point in the plateau. Let's go to the top of the mountain. I am my own kid in the backseat begging, "Oh, I want to go see the world's largest yarn ball. Oh, I want to go see the world's worst apple, the America's worst apple pie," and so forth. I'm like, okay, fine, you can go see America's worst apple pie. Now we've reached the climax. Oh, look who's here. Ah, I enjoy gazing out the world from here. Breathtaking view. This may be the best place to get a full view of the entire plateau. Use your scope to look for shrines. When you find one, locate one or what. Okay, yeah. That's... Oh, and look at that. Look at that over there. That looks very interesting. It does. There's a giant flying ship of some sort. Oh yeah, we're going over there eventually. You want to check that out. That's very far away. It's far beyond... Oh, look, there's a desert over here. Now, when I did my playthrough of this game, I didn't really spend much time out in the desert. I actually kind of skipped this whole part of the game. Amber. No. Oh, come on. I was expecting a Korok seed. And I didn't get one. I feel ripped off. And you get Korok seeds are like the reward for 99% of doing anything even mildly interesting, no matter how difficult or easy they are. And the ones I'm going to go specifically looking for a Korok seed, but then again, I have not played this game since 2017, which was 5 years ago. Wow. Actually, 6 years ago. Wow, that's scary. Yeah, the main reason I stopped was not for the view. The main reason I stopped to go up the mountain was to try to find a Korok seed, and there wasn't one. Now look down there. Look at that forest, those trees, and that sort of prairie area. I don't know if you call that a prairie or a desert or what, but we're right at the edge of this side of the plateau, so you gotta be careful not to fall off. So you don't have a paraglider yet. And there are ways, by very elaborate ways, you could fall off of the side of the, there are ways you could survive falling. But if you are not in possession of the paraglider actually, like, getting the paraglider sort of despawns this death plane that exists around the Great Plateau that will automatically kill you even if you manage to somehow get to the ground safely. Oh. Look at that. The shrine is right beneath us. Now how do I get down there without getting killed? I guess we're gonna have to climb. I think I have enough stamina to make it down there. If not, we have food that could restore our stamina, so we have options to get down. Now, sitting here, like just standing on this spot, does not reduce stamina. Actually moving is what reduces stamina. So we're safe. Okay, so once we got safe down enough, low enough that it seems safe, just go ahead and fall. But, oh, you have a Owa Dame shrine. Alright, let's see what... You have a... Looks like treasure there, but there's a big boulder over it. And it's... Let's try to... See if we can blow up the boulder. And get a safe distance away. And actually, we're now outside of the cold zone, so we could re-equip our traditional... Oh yeah, that bomb barely moved that boulder, and it is not... Is that magnetic? No, it is not magnetic, so... We're gonna have to figure out another way to move that obstacle. But first, let's go into the shrine. Okay. And down into the last shrine of the Great Plateau, but we could see that there are many shrines beyond the plateau as well, and many towers for us to climb and activate to get our maps for each district. To you who sets foot in this shrine, I am Owa Dame. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I offer this trial. Stasis trial. Well, Link was in stasis. You should be great at this trial. Sheikah Slate authenticated, distilling rune. I know I forgot to do the robot voice. I'm sorry. Stop the flow of time for an object. Stops an object in time while storing its kinetic energy. The stored energy will act upon the object when the flow of time resumes. Making good use of the stored energy can move even the largest of objects. Okay, so we've got... Oh, look at that. That's something we could stop time on. So if we... Ah, we got it. We don't have long. So we have the ability to freeze time on this one object while time around it moved normally. Now, it's incredible that we have such a powerful equipment and weapons and abilities so early on in the game. I don't know why they... Oh, I see. Alright. Oh, that hurt. But I still got the treasure anyway. Okay, it's a shield. We don't even need that shield. So we'll let the next boulder fall and then just chase behind it. So I wonder... Yeah, another ball doesn't roll down until... Ooh, look at this. Look at this big sledgehammer. Iron sledgehammer. It was originally made for mining, but it works reasonably well as a weapon, too. Just leaves it laying right there. Doesn't even put it in a chest. We want to drop. I think we can do without this torch. We have plenty of other ways to set things on fire, so let's get the sledgehammer. And we'll equip that. Now, So let's use our bomb here to blow this out the way. Let's get a safe distance. And it did not move it at all. Is it magnetic? It looks like stone, so it probably... Yeah, it's not magnetic. But we do have stasis. We froze it in time, which would seem kind of counterintuitive, because now it's stuck in place. Alright, but let's try this. Oh, we have to wait for the time to refresh on this. Yeah, it's frozen in place, it's frozen in time, but it still stores all the momentum I give it by smacking it with the hammer. And just launches it. So yeah, nice creative use. Even if cartoony, it's consistent within the universe of the physics of this world. Final spirit orb of the Great Plateau. Your resourcefulness in overcoming this trial speaks to the promise of a hero. In the name of Goddess Hylia, I bestow upon you this spirit orb. Spirit orb, a symbol of courage given to those who have overcome the challenges of a shrine. May the goddess smile upon you. And mind you, they keep talking about Goddess Hylia this, Goddess Hylia that. The concept of there being a character known as Goddess Hylia was only introduced in the previous game to this, which was at the very beginning of the timeline. So then, right after that, they sort of treat it like Goddess Hylia was just this long-established thing that everyone would know all about. So within the context of the universe, it seems like this long period in which sort of the cult of Goddess Hylia sort of fell to obscurity. With this, you have now acquired all of the spirit orbs from shrines on this plateau. Oh ho ho, extraordinary. That means it is finally time. Link, it is finally time for me to tell you everything. But first, Imagine an X on your map with the 4 shrines as the endpoints. Find the spot where those lines intersect. I shall wait for you there. Do you understand? Where 2 lines connecting the shrines would cross, there I will be waiting. Ooh, he vanished out of existence. It looks like he might be some sort of ghost or spirit. How spooky. Now, fortunately, we're in a very remote place that would take a very long time to travel to. But quite fortunately for us, we have the ability to fast travel. So, let's go to the Shrine of Resurrection, which is right near the Temple of Time. Because the Temple of Time is where the paths intersect. A plume of smoke in the distance is a good sign you might find someone at its origin. Or something. Do-do-doom. Now let's switch to one of our... Yeah, let's use one of our weaker swords. There's not... Because a lot of the better weapons we have are way, like, sort of overpowered for this part of the game. In typical terms. I don't know, I like having the, Now, okay, so when this game was developed with the intention of it being a Nintendo Switch exclusive. I know, a Wii U exclusive. Later on in development, it became clear that Wii U was not going to last that long, and the successor to Wii U was on the way. When they first at E3 revealed the they showed footage of this, and some people thought that the Magnesis Room symbol, the magnet, was like the controller for the then codename NX, which would later become known as Nintendo Switch, the system I'm playing this on. And so people were like, oh, I think they might have leaked the controller. I think they accidentally used part of the interface from the NX version, because there just happened to be, for some reason, this concept Nintendo trademarked, or Nintendo patented, for a controller shaped like a horseshoe. So it caused some excitement back in the day. Oh yeah, I get the joy of killing this bokoblin again. We certainly have enough food for now, so I'm not worried about picking apples from trees. Now, kill that choo-choo and collect some choo-choo jelly. We can use that to make potions later, I think. Or something. Yeah, we only killed him in the first save file. Oh my goodness! Reduced to 1 heart. How clumsy and dopey of me. Okay, let's eat right up. Looks like the warm air is causing an updraft. The hot air from the fire is causing an updraft. So there's lots of evidence of the game's physics logic visible in the world around us. I think, yeah, I already killed this one. No, this is... No, that's a little... Okay, never mind. I thought that was the main entrance to the Temple of Time. Now that's just one of those little ancillary chambers. Okay, so I might not have actually killed this guy. Let's switch... Let's make sure we switch to the fire arrows. Oh, the goddess statue is glowing. How exciting. It's because we have the 4 orbs. This is the very spot where in Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and in Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, Link drew the Master Sword. Let's press A for respects. You can get some prayer emotes in chat if anyone's active there at the moment. But, you who have conquered the shrines and claimed their spirit orbs, I can offer you great power. It appears you have claimed 4 spirit orbs. In exchange for 4 spirit orbs, I will amplify your being. Tell me what it is that you desire. You could get a heart container or a stamina vessel. Let's start with the heart container. I shall grant the power you seek. Your life force has been strengthened, increasing your maximum number of hearts by 1. Go and bring peace to Hyrule.
Ho!
The blessing of the goddess has made you that much more resilient, I see. Here I am. Get up here quickly. Alright. Fortunately, I remember that there's a staircase over here. You know, for the people who redo the shingles on the Temple of Time. Now, you could jump to climb quickly. And it's funny, you could jump to climb quickly in this, but you could also do the same, basically the same thing in Mystical Ninja starring Goemon for the Nintendo 64. And by doing... That doesn't... You know, there's no stamina system, but I think it's kind of a glitch, but it's actually very convenient. Man, climbing up a ramshackled roof like this, that's so... that's so many opportunities to get killed doing that in real life. Going into abandoned buildings and doing that urban exploration stuff.
Well done there, young one. Now then, the time has come to show you who I truly am. I was King Rome Bosphoramos Hyrule. I was the last leader of Hyrule, a kingdom which no longer exists.
He was a kingdom that no longer
The great
exists.
calamity was merciless. It devastated everything in its path, lo, a century ago. It was then that my life was taken away from me. And since that time, here I have remained in spirit form. I did not think it wise to overwhelm you while your memory was still fragile. So rather than that, I thought it best to assume a temporary form. Forgive me.
Forgiven.
I think you are now ready. Ready to hear what happened 100 years ago.
Okay, lay it on me, old man.
To know Calamity Ganon's true form, one must know the story from an age-long past. The Demon King was born into this kingdom, but his transformation into malice created the horror you see now. Stories of Ganon were passed from generation to generation in the form of legends and fairy tales.
We heard some of those today.
But there was also a prophecy. The signs of a resurrection of Calamity Ganon are clear, and the power to oppose it lies dormant beneath the ground. We decided to heed the prophecy and began excavating large areas of land. It wasn't long before we discovered several ancient relics made by the hands of our distant ancestors. These relics, the divine beasts, were giant machines piloted by warriors. We also found the Guardians, an army of mechanical soldiers who fought autonomously. This coincided with ancient legends, oft repeated throughout our land. We also learned of a princess with a sacred power, and her appointed knight, chosen by the sword that seals the darkness. It was they who sealed Ganon away using the power of these ancient relics. 100 years ago, there was a princess set to inherit a sacred power, and a skilled knight at her side. It was clear that we must follow our ancestors' path. We selected 4 skilled individuals from across Hyrule and tasked them with the duty of piloting the divine beasts. With the princess as their commander, we dubbed these pilots champions, a name that would solidify their unique bond. The princess, her appointed knight, and the rest of the champions were on the brink of sealing away Ganon. But nay. Ganon was cunning, and he responded with a plan beyond our imagining. He appeared from deep below Hyrule Castle, seized control of the
Deep
Guardians
below
of the
Hyrule
Divine
Castle,
Beasts,
huh?
turned them against us. The champions lost their lives, those residing in the castle as well. The appointed knight, gravely wounded, collapsed while defending the princess.
So he turned the robot soldiers against
And
the
thus,
people.
the kingdom of Hyrule was devastated absolutely by Calamity Ganon. However, the princess survived to face Ganon alone.
Link, you are our final hope. The fate of Hyrule rests with you.
That princess was my own daughter, my dear Zelda. And the courageous knight who protected her right up to the very end. That knight was none other than you, Link. You fought valiantly when your fate took an unfortunate turn. And then, you were taken to the Shrine of Resurrection. Here you now stand, revitalized 100 years later. The words of guidance you have been hearing since your awakening are from Princess Zelda herself. Even now, as she works to restrain Ganon from within Hyrule Castle, she calls out for your help. However, my daughter's power will soon be exhausted. Once that happens,
Link's
Ganon
hat's
will
clipping through
freely
the shield.
regenerate himself, and nothing will stop him from consuming our land. Considering that I could not save my own kingdom, I have no right to ask this of you, Link.
So this is the most powerful form of Ganon we've ever seen. He's like not even a human or a pig. He's just this titanic
save
spirit
My daughter.
that has actually
Whatever it
came
takes
like
to annihilate
80% of the way to annihilating Hyrule
Somehow, Ganon has maintained control
and actually
over
killed
all
Link. He had to
divine
use
beasts,
advanced
as well as
technology
those guardians swarming around Hyrule
to
Castle.
resurrect him 100 years
I
later.
believe it would be quite reckless for you to head directly to the castle at this point. I suggest that you make your way east out to one of the villages in the wilderness. Follow the road out to Kakariko Village. There you will find the Elder Impa. She will tell you more about the path that lies ahead. Consult the map on your Sheikah slate for the precise location of Kakariko Village. Make your way past the twin summits of the dueling peaks. From there, follow the road as it proceeds north.
And that, and it's yeah, rest in peace voice acting. We only get it during cutscenes, really. Go on, here's the power why do I keep saying power glider? Is it some kind of accent I have? Is it some kind of accent I have? I'm from Long Island. The power glider. Why does my mouth keep wanting to say power glider instead of paraglider? Allows you to sail through the sky. So, with that, you should be able to safely fly off the cliffs surrounding this area. And I think that's it. I've told you everything I can. Link, you must save Hyrule. Oh, what's this? Main quest. Destroy Ganon. Okay, so let's get rid of one of the crappy bows we have with us now. This traveler's bow. We can just drop that and get the good bow out of the chest. There we go. Now, yeah, we don't need to have that now. We could get out our dinky bow, might as well use it. But now, one cool thing you could do with the paraglider is you could actually drop so we could come on. Oh, I accidentally blew myself out of the air. I was trying to be cool and like air bomb him. So now that we have the paraglider, it's totally revolutionized our ability to... Yeah, revolutionized. That's a word, alright. It's completely transformed our ability to get about. Now, let's see. We want to get... I only have one of these. Actually, let's use... Wow! I got that first hit. Can I pull it off twice? Nice! I cannot believe I got that. Not only that I got it first, that remote attack, not only that I got that first hit, but then... Got him, electrocuted him. Yeah, that was sweet. That was sweet. And by the way, I am using motion controls. You see here? It's very subtle, nice motion controls. It's not like Wii Sport. I mean, Wii Sports had good motion controls for the time, but it's not like this super gimmicky thing. It's just very slight tilting, and you just very easily aim. And I don't think I've had as good a time with this game if it weren't for these motion control options. We're gonna use nice. Get to claim the treasure chest. I don't even see. Oh, okay. So I have to say, I'm like, oh, 5 fire arrows. Okay. I know where. Hey, here's something interesting. You can only access this if you pay for some of the DLC stuff, but what I thought was, which I did do back in 2017, so that means that, actually, no. Okay, there we go. I have what I called Hero's Path mode, so if I press X, it's actually going to show a real-time a tracing of every place I went throughout this playthrough. So if we... Yep, so there's the beginning of the game. And actually, it's such a double. So we go. I went to the tower, then I went to the first shrine, because you have to complete the first shrine before you unlock the ability to use Amiibo, which is something I want to do for this playthrough. And so what this is here, This is me coming in every day for a few days, and just playing through the and just summoning, using the amiibo and collecting the items there each day. That's what that little wandering around there is. But then we'll get to the point where he starts going. There we go. We warp there, and that's now we're see us actually. This is our gameplay today. All of this is our path today in real time. So we went through there. That's we went to that shrine. Then we went to the top of the mountain. Then we went to the next shrine. Then we went to the Temple of Time. And now we're here. It's kind of interesting seeing such a short path as things go. So what I'm interested in next, the only cooking pot I know of is past the Temple of Time. Actually, I guess I should actually no, we could easily warp there by not Great Plateau. We want to go not eastern, we want to go here. Owadame Shrine. And we'll just paraglide down now that we have the paraglider, which is great. I don't think we're gonna leave the plateau today. We have like 15 minutes left. Let's cook some food up. Yeah, let's cook up some food. And get ready for our journey, because we're definitely going to need a lot of food to restore our health and give us... Bye. So this is our redemption for earlier. Nice. Okay. We landed. Oh, we got some more. These stamina shrooms are going to be very useful because stamina, especially at this early point, this is the furthest I've ever played through the game since it first came out and I first got it. Spicy arrow, spicy pepper, and a bomb arrow. But let's actually we'll use our fire arrow. Fire here. Now let's get ready for some cooking. No, I didn't want to eat it. Hold on, doggone. Alright, we'll just use... This is a dish that I'm sure will make good food. For stamina... Oh, 3 whole stamina wheels, wow. That's a lot more than we'll ever need right now. But let's, sun shroom. Get endure the cold better. So we could have made a better heat-resisting dish, but, then, actually, we'll hold this, and this, and this, and we've got, what, Silent Princess, Blue Nightshade, Amaranth, Mighty Thistle, Swift Violet. So these are all food, different ingredients that increase our stats in different ways. Oh, this is going to be a good one. 8! Wow! 18 hearts. And if my experience in leaving the Great Plateau, hold that, and that, and that. I'll add one more. We'll add the big hearty truffle. Oh, it wasn't quite as exciting as the last one, but it should increase. Okay, this one gives us 12 yellow hearts. And we'll just hold. And Hyrule Bass. We want the Staminoka, Sylphin, Stealthin, Mighty Porgy, Armor Porgy. Isn't there a fish that reduces the... Oh, I guess we used them all. But is there a Razor Shroom, Iron Shroom, Sun Shroom, Chill Shroom? Mighty armored. Okay. Alright, let's see if this... Let's see if we can get something super out of this combo. Okay, +7, not bad. Let's hold all the apples. Simmered fruit. Yeah, let's throw hardy bass in there. Just fruit and that one fish. Okay, +2. Full recovery +2, nice. Now this is going to be interesting because this will... Yeah, I feel like... Wasn't there an herb that increases Swift Carrot, Swift Violet, Mighty Thistle, Amaranth, Warm? Cool. I thought there was a herb. I guess I don't have it right now. Yeah, let's just throw that herb in there. Sneaky steamed mushrooms grants mid-level stealth boost. A hearty vegetable dish achieved by steaming vegetables and plant leaves. How about what'll I do next? Cap of the hero. I mean, this is all my... what else do... No, we don't want to... Oh, you know what? We're going to need a lot of defense stuff. Is probably going to be good. No, actually, no. I want to stop holding. We're going to hold... We're going to hold 2 of that. Where's a good... There's a Porgy, I think. Armored Carp. 1, 2, 3, 4. And Amaranth. Okay, let's cook with this. Get some defense boosting food. Tough steamed fish. Grants high level defense boost. Wow. Okay. This is good. What else can we do? How about stealth? I'm more interested in... Let's get something that makes it some... gives us some attack power. So, Blue Nightshade, Swift Violet, Mighty Thistle. Yeah, this is attack increasing, and we want Razor Shroom, I think it was called. Yeah, Razor Shroom. We only have one of those. Oh, it's not super exciting fanfare, so... Mighty Steamed Fish. Alright. So, how about... It's 2:30 in the morning. We have the option to sit. Let's see, what else... Well, first, let's give ourselves... Let's actually eat the... Yeah, let's give ourselves the ridiculous 12 times 12 meal. And I don't know, I end up using Magnesis the most, so I tend to like to have it equipped. And let's sit. Actually, now I want to mention something here. So the main quest thing that there we go. That oh, Sheikah Slate data has been damaged. Yeah, that's a quest for later. But option no. I don't know what the some of these. I'm sorry if I look like I never played a game before, but I keep, even when I was playing this game regularly, I keep forgetting. Okay, all right, okay. No, this isn't it. System. So is this? No, that's okay. There we go. I have to hit the left. So destroy Ganon. That is the objective of the game. When you destroy Ganon, that's the end of the game and you win. That option is available to us. We can go right now directly to Hyrule Castle, skip everything else this game has to offer, and attempt to fight Ganon. Now, as I am now, with tons of weapons and food and supplies that I normally wouldn't have at this point in the game if not for using Amiibo, even with all that, I have a hard time getting anywhere close to there. You have to be extremely skilled and resourceful and clever to be able to survive those challenges without playing through other things. And the point of the other things you can do in the game is to prepare you and make you more powerful for the main challenge, which is destroy Ganon. But I have the option to go directly to the castle and beat the game right now if I was ready. Now, that's what the speed run generally involves. But we are not really equipped for that. Or I'm not really interested in attempting that. So, he's told us to go past the dueling peaks, those twin mountains over there. So let's make our way right over to the edge. Uh-oh. Okay, let's make some mischief. Let's make some mischief. That is a beehive. And those are some evil oh. Let's do this fast. Excuse me. Okay, I wanted the bees to do this for me. Coarser bee honey. Honey straight from the hive is chock full of nutrients. And, oh, stamina effects. Okay, well, make sure to use that to cook for stamina effects. But let's get out. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to get out the... No, why am I changing weapons willy-nilly? I wanted to get out the fire arrows to burn these crates down without having to hack it away using my good weapons. Amazing what an effect that updraft has. It's a cartoonishly exaggerated, but yes, roasted acorn, okay. So, we're going to go right to the ideal jump-off point, because we have to head towards those two peaks over there, and past there is the village, where we're going to meet someone who's going to help us if we want to actually play through the game more and partake in more of what it has to offer. So, we'll get to the edge. right off to the edge of the plateau at the point nearest. No thanks. Oh, there's a sword up here. Soldier's broadsword. Do we have that? Soldier's broadsword. Yeah, we have several of those. Actually, let's drop the axe and get another one of those. So, to give a sense of what we have, the journey ahead of us, everything we played through so far is in this little area. Where we want to go is way over here. So we're going to travel, basically, we have to travel 3 times the distance of everything we've seen so far in the entire game in order to get to the village that we're expected to go to next. Alright, there's another guardian there, so I don't quite want to, yeah, I think this is a good place to go ahead and save. And this is where we'll continue on next time. Alright. I will be back on Wednesday the 26th at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I am going to be playing more Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't know how good this is going to go. This is my first time streaming a game. This is my first time streaming a Zelda game. I just noticed that. Yeah, this is the first time I streamed a Zelda game in any way, shape, or form. And playing this game for the first time was quite a learning curve for me because it was such a, I don't know, a bit of a, I guess, learning curve. It was this is a much more sophisticated game and more in line with modern action game expectations, as opposed to a traditional Zelda game, which after Ocarina of Time kind of became its own unique genre. But that's what I'm going to call it for this stream. Thanks to everyone for showing up, and for chatting and lurking, and supporting me with your presence. So I'll see you hopefully on Wednesday, and thank you very much for watching.